Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and we are going to be analysing Tottenham against Barcelona at the Camp Nou tonight, where Tottenham have progressed from Group B. They got what they needed, which was only a point on the night. We have dropped 2 in the process, conceding 5 minutes from time from a Lucas Moura strike. That was, though, despite the heroics of Jasper Cillessen and the brilliant individual magic of Ousmane Dembele. We are going to be analysing the game in its entirety. It's coming right up. Let's do this. And first of all, guys, we will go through the starting 11 of Ernesto Valverde. And I have to say, going into the game, I was actually quite impressed with Ernesto Valverde's team, because what he managed to do is play the likes of Miranda and Carlos Alenia, but at the same time, play a bit of experience and make sure, really, that we didn't lose, that we didn't get completely exposed by Tottenham at the Camp Nou on Tuesday evening. And I have to say, we started the game pretty well. You can see here, Jasper Cillessen starting in goal. We are going to come on to his heroics very, very shortly indeed, because it was magnificent. Vermaelen and Clement Lenglet at the back, alongside Miranda coming in here on the left-hand side for his first ever Champions League appearance. Nelson Semedo, Ivan Rakitic, we knew that he would start. He started as captain, holding in this midfield. Arthur Melo returned, alongside him Carlos Alenia. Coutinho once again was out on this left-hand side, as opposed to in a deeper midfield position, and Ousmane Dembele operating from the right-hand side, with Munir El Haddadi starting up front, and the likes of Lionel Messi, Gerard Piqué, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez not involved. Most of them, though, were on the bench. And just going through this team as it is right here, right now, I thought the midfield really failed to get going, really, in its entirety. Right in the 20 played 45 minutes, then Sergio Busquets came on. We were also a little bit weak, I think, in the wider areas. Tottenham really tried to press us high. They tried to get in our faces. Son, Harry Kane, they were very, very attack-minded, Tottenham, and they really did close on these wider areas and press us in the centre of defence. And also here, Philippe Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele. I still don't feel that we're getting the best of the Coutinho in this wider area, and I am going to come on to that as well. And Munir El Haddadi failed really to sort of hold the ball up, bring Dembele, bring Coutinho into the game, up against Vertonghen and Alderweireld. It was tough for Munir on the night, and really, only parts of this team worked out today. But, yet again, when we're talking about Barcelona, when we're talking about the big moments appearing on the big stage, it was Ousmane Dembele who stepped up when we needed him. There was no Messi, there was no Suarez. Dembele took the occasion on right from the first whistle. He was pressing Tottenham. He was trying to win the ball back as high up the pitch as possible, and that's where the goal came from. He was pressing the young Walker-Peters. He makes a mistake on the halfway line. The Tottenham defender, Dembele, steals the ball, and immediately he wants to get at Tottenham. He wants to try and make a move to get towards that goal and do something very, very productive indeed, and that's what he does. He's flying at the Tottenham defence. They can't stop him. They can't touch him. He flies past Walker-Peters, who can't get near him. He's into the area, and now it's all about that raw pace, that skill, that individual brilliance, but it's all about that composure. Dembele is so good when he gets himself in front of goal. He knows what he's doing. He enters the box, he produces yet another fake shot, he jinks onto his left-hand side. Harry Winks is still sliding into the advertising hoardings at the Camp Nou, if rumours are to be believed, but then again, they were provided by the Spanish media, so we cannot take any responsibility for this claim. And it's not only that then, he gets it onto his left, and it's just so calm to then just swipe the ball past Hugo Lloris, under him it goes, and it's a wonderful individual goal that gets you off your seat. That is why you fall in love with football, for moments like that. Dembele picking the ball up inside his own half, driving at Tottenham, doing the things that you dream about doing as an attacking player, and it was so effective from Ousmane Dembele. And I loved his celebration as well, pointing to his head. There's been a lot of rumours yet again this week from the Spanish media, the vultures in the Spanish media who've been getting onto him about training, turning up late. I'll tell you what, if you go out there and you perform like that, you have got the licence not to turn up late, but you are starting to command your role at the club. You're starting to become undroppable if you appear consistently in those big moments like Dembele did once again tonight. And I just want to talk about that fake shot from Ousmane Dembele just before we do come on to the heroics of Jasper Cillessen, because Dembele's fake shot actually has become something that we've seen from him game in, game out. In those big moments, he completely takes the pressure off himself, he cuts in one side or the other, and it's really, really effective, because defenders, they don't see it coming, they can't stop it, and by the time they realise what's happening, it's far, far too late. They're either sliding into the distance, or Ousmane Dembele has gone in the completely wrong direction, and it's so good, because Dembele's ability to play on either side. He's brilliantly on his right foot, he does brilliantly on his left foot, and that's the beauty of it. He can go one way, he can go the other. They want to try and close off his right, he'll jink onto his left. If they want to close down his left, he'll go onto his right, and it's really, really effective. When he's inside the area, he can take the pressure off himself, he can set himself, he's got all the time in the world. Once he does that fake shot, he gives himself an extra second, an extra 2 seconds, just to line at the target, and he does not miss. But like I say, we absolutely have to here talk about Jasper Cillessen, because if it wasn't for Jasper Cillessen tonight, and also a bit of the post as we're going to come on to with Philippe Coutinho, if it wasn't for Cillessen, we would have lost this game. And not only would we have lost this game, it would have actually been bordering on embarrassing, because Tottenham had chance after chance. They had Heung-min Son, they had Harry Kane in front of goal, they had Lucas Moura who came on, Christian Eriksen, they were getting shots on goal, they were allowed too much space in the area, and Jasper Cillessen, he was the only one stopping us falling way behind. In the first half, it was a sensational save to deny Heung-min Son down to his left hand side. He gets down really low, it's a powerful shot, it's a brilliant save. That on its own is a very, very good save that any goalkeeper will be very happy with. But in the second half, he was unbeatable, and that's why I was so sad. Not because we conceded, because it was a meaningless game, but because he deserved the clean sheet. He'd worked hard for that clean sheet tonight, and to be perfectly honest, we did let him down. He denied Eriksen into the second half. It was a right hand shot here over to his left hand side from range. That one was a pretty decent save, but it was nothing spectacular. Then again, later on in the half, he denied Eriksen again. That was much closer range, and Cillessen blocking the ball and getting in the way of it. But it was a save after that which really did almost excite me as much as Dembele's goal. That is how good this save was from Jasper Cillessen. It's a ball into the area, it's in the 6-yard box, it's Lucas Moura who gets up, point blank range, he gets the header away, and it looks to everybody like a certain goal. But Jasper Cillessen, he doesn't give up on it, he anticipates where the header's going to go, he gets down to his right hand side and somehow scoops that ball out from what seems like beyond the line, but it isn't. He stops the ball going in, he gets it out of danger, and it is an absolutely unbelievable save from what is here a phenomenal goalkeeper. We are looking at here, I genuinely believe, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Just because he's the number 2 at Barcelona does not mean that he's not one of the best in the world, because we see time and time again when Cillessen is given his chance, he performs. He performed brilliantly in goal, he's good with his feet, he performed brilliant close range saves, and this man, this season, deserves every minute we can possibly give him. I know Ter Stegen's the number 1, but at the same time, this man deserves chances, he deserves minutes, and in games like this, he has to start every single time, because when we can give him the chance, please do it, because he's so good. Unfortunately for Cillessen though, like I say, the goal did come through Lucas Moura himself. 5 minutes from time, Harry Kane, like I say, given far too much room out on that left hand side in the wider areas. We were caught out, like I say, a few too many times. He puts it across the box, and from that range, even superhero Cillessen couldn't save it that time, and that was the goal, of course, with Inter Milan drawing with PSV, that took Tottenham through to the knockout stages. And of course, there is a chance now that we could meet them not in the next round, but maybe later on, if they make it that far. But the last person I want to talk about is Philippe Coutinho, simply because even though Tottenham did have a lot of chances, Cillessen saved us on many occasions, it also could have been very different down the other end if Philippe Coutinho could have had a bit of luck, because on the night he hit the post a maximum of 2 times throughout the 90 minutes, and it was brilliant play from Coutinho in patches. When he had the opportunity to get inside the area in a close confined space, work his way out, use that close control and get those shots away, he was very impressive. His first one, he's inside the box, he wriggles away from Tottenham defenders, he gets himself a bit of space, unleashes a brilliant drive towards the far post, and it cannons off the upright. Very unlucky from Coutinho. And the second one in the second half, he picks up the ball again, driving into the area, and he's actually really clever here, because he sees Toby Alderweireld standing in front of him, and he just bends the ball. He uses him as a guide, he bends it round Alderweireld, and so unlucky again. Cannons off the post, and Coutinho tonight could have easily had 2 goals, and I just think he's better centrally. He's better centrally because his skill set is a lot more used to that than it is out wide, because centrally he'll get to play in those tight spaces, in those little manoeuvres where he can get the ball, he can dribble with it, he can have that close control, instead of out wide where a lot of the time he's surrounded by open space. That doesn't really really suit Felipe Coutinho. He's not somebody who's going to burst into that space with pace. He's not going to get in behind. I think he's much more suited to the inside space, centrally, where he's in those tight spaces and he can manoeuvre, he can get shots away. That's the kind of player Coutinho is. And for somebody who costs so much money and has so much quality, Valverde needs to find a way to get the absolute maximum out of somebody like Felipe Coutinho. And just some early reaction to tonight's performance. I asked you guys on my community section, what would you rate our performance tonight out of 10? I did this a few times in the past as well, just to sort of get a gauge of how you guys are feeling, and the majority of you have gone with 5 or 6 out of 10 tonight. A lot of you as well have gone with 7 to 8, but 55% as it is right now, that may change, but you've gone with 5 to 6 out of 10 tonight. And like I say, two different sides to it. On one hand, we scored a brilliant goal through Dembele, it was brilliant from Cillessen, but of course, we hit the post twice as well. It could have been different, but at the same time, we never really had that control, did we? It was much like a basketball game. It was end to end. We allowed far too many chances. We were pretty poor at the back, and Tottenham probably could have scored more goals and probably deserved on the night to get more than just a draw against us. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. What did you think of Dembele's goal? What did you think of Cillessen's saves? And overall, how was the performance tonight? And does it really matter? Do you really mind about this performance, given the fact this game essentially meant nothing to us? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be back very shortly, of course, with more videos. Thank you, as always, for joining me. But until then, as always, Visca El Barça.